This video is going to show you how to work out the averages and draw the graph for your temperature versus rate of reaction experiment. So first of all, we'll start with the averages. So we have our results here. This column is just our temperature, so that's not going to be included in the calculation. But to work out the average for each of those different temperatures, the average time taken for the reaction to occur, we need to add the three trials together and then divide by the number that we have. So for this top row, we will go 35 plus 38 plus 37. Press equals. It's important that you press equals in the middle, otherwise it will give you a funny number, divided by the number that are there. 3 equals 36.6. Now we're just going to round that number up because we don't need the points. We'll go 37. So it took 37 seconds. If we do it for the second line, divide by 3 is rounding that up to 28 seconds for 60 degrees. $29 seconds. Actually, that can't be right. So the reason I know that's not right is because when I look at these three numbers, it's not within those three numbers. So that can't be the average. So we'll try that one again. It could just be that I typed in a number wrong. That looks better. So if we round that up, that becomes 20. Next one. Is 13, and then the final one again, that's not correct, so we'll try it again. That looks better. 8. Okay. Right, now that we've got our averages, we're not interested in this data anymore in here. So you can pretty much ignore it. We're going to just focus on this column and this column. Now the independent variable, the thing that we were changing, was the temperature. So that goes along the bottom. So we'll put temperature of experiment along the bottom, just like this. And that was measured in degrees Celsius. Along the side, we're going to put average time taken, and then we need to say what for. So it was the average time taken for the bubble column to reach 7 centimetres. And it's really important that you include the word average there because that's what you're graphing, the averages. We're going to use pencil to do this graph in case we make a mistake, and it's going to be a line graph. So we start off with 0 in the bottom corner. And sometimes it's easier just to put little marks out so that you can see. And then we're going to put the independent variable, or the temperature, across the bottom. And I'm going to space it out so it's every 2 squares. So 20 degrees, 40 degrees, 60 degrees, 80 and 100. Now we have to have a look at our table of averages and we find the highest number that we have a data point for. So 37 is the highest value. So we have to have this axis here go up to at least 37. So if we start at 0, we might go up in 5s and we'll go up to 40. So we'll go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. We want our graph to be quite big, so that's why I've put 2 spaces between, or 2 squares between each number, because if it's too small, then it makes it difficult to see. So for the first one here, we've got at 20 degrees, it's 37 seconds. So we're going to plot that data point. So at 20 degrees, we go all the way up to about where 37 would be, and put a small cross. At 40 degrees, it was 28 seconds. So 40 degrees and 28 seconds. 60 degrees and 20 seconds. So along the 60 line to the 20. Then for 80 degrees it's 13 seconds, and for 100 degrees it's 8 seconds. So 80 degrees, 13 will be roughly about here, and then the 100 was 8, so that will be about here. Okay, you can see that we've got those points there. We're not going to join them up, we're going to do what's called a line of best fit. So to do that, we need to put our ruler on here, and we need to just make it try and have the same number of data points above and below the line. And that can be a wee bit fiddly, so you won't get it right the same straight away. It might take a little bit of moving around. So if we have a look here, I've got the line going through 2 data points. I've got 1 above and 2 below. That doesn't look too bad, but if I change it around just slightly, I can get 3 below and it going through 1 with 2 above. That looks better, so we'll put it here so it looks a bit more even. So if I draw my line of best fit here, then we can see that we've got 2 data points below the line, 2 above the line, and that is our graph there. Now we need to include a title. So the title of this, if we look at the 2 different axes labels that we've got, we'll try and include them in the title. So it'll be something along the lines of the average time taken for a bubble column to reach 7 centimetres at different temperatures. Okay, so that is incorporating the information from both axes into the label and making sure, or into the title, and saying that we've got average. And that's what you need to do for the graph.